Hi, this is Blaine Cluten for Cluten Law. So the question today is, can a civil lawsuit turn criminal? That's an interesting question. Let's think about that. In general, a civil lawsuit is not going to turn criminal. Let's just look at some of the more typical types of civil lawsuits that are going on. So we're talking about family law and custody disputes, maybe real property transactions or contract disputes. The other typical type of a civil case would be a personal injury lawsuit. Well, let's explore that for a second. So let's say that we have a personal injury lawsuit for an intentional tort, something like an assault or some sort of intentional act. Or I suppose that you could somehow establish that a person in a car accident was not only negligent, they were intoxicated, and you could bring enough evidence that they were actually intoxicated during the accident and give that to law enforcement for review. Along that same line, then for an intentional tort, let's say it's assault, and let's say that you say that another person assaulted you, it happened on this date and time in this location. And now you've got the lawsuit pending, and let's say you got video. And at some point after this lawsuit is filed, you then get police involved, and the police in turn investigate based on this video evidence that you have or other witness statements that corroborate this act. At that point, the civil case wouldn't turn criminal. It's not as if the civil action that you filed becomes a criminal action. What would happen is, along that same stream of the case that you have, the civil case, that would continue down that track. And what would possibly happen is that different or additional criminal charges would file and a new criminal case would be created. And so that defendant would be dealing with two cases. They'd be dealing with your civil case that you initially instigated or you started, and they'd be dealing with that new criminal case for charges filed by the district attorney's office. So that's a couple of cases. So it's not that the civil case can convert into a criminal case, but certainly criminal charges, there's certainly situations where criminal charges could arise out of a case that began as a civil case. But fairly rare. Usually what we're seeing is it starts as a criminal case, and then you have civil liability that also tacks on in some way, so that if a person doesn't receive enough restitution or they're not properly compensated or fairly compensated under the law, then they're going to bring a civil action for those damages. If you have further questions about this topic or any other topic, please do talk to an attorney. This is Blaine Cluten for Cluten Law. Thank you.